Again, the short interest increased today, even though high growth is doing well. Bionano has 3 potential catalysts in the form of presentations this week, along with the Russell 2000 news that just happened today. On a day like this, what do the shorts do? What do the arrogant pricks we also call shorts? What do they do today? They increase their shares. Well done, shorts and bears. You're going to get killed again. Not really. It's risky. Okay, yeah, this is risk. It's not guaranteed, whatever, though. They're playing a damn risky game, though. We know that for sure, and it increased again today. I want to go over the details and what the hell is going on with the cost borrow average and the short share availability literally being 0. I'm going to explain what that means and the manipulation, maybe honest mistake, probably manipulation. Fintel, market manipulators, Citadel, they have connections at Fintel and everywhere else. Yes, they're shorting market manipulation, naked shorting, short ladders, failure to deliver increases, artificial suppression of the price. It's all happening, in my opinion. Make your own damn opinions, though. No answer for the short bar rate. I want to go over what the hell that means. I want to go over this news as well. We got the 3 presentations happening this week, right? You heard that correctly. We got July 2nd one. We got 2 other ones. One of them is happening tomorrow. Okay, we're going to go over that. I also want to go over the official press release that just happened today, right? We got the U.S. Small Cap Russell 2000 Index edition. That was today. And I also want to go over this. This is actually kind of weird. This is huge. I guarantee you haven't heard about this yet, okay? Unless you watched the stream earlier. Oslo University Saphyr sale. Now, this is the first I've heard of this. He just posted this now. Apparently, it's on May 4th, right? And if you look at the actual date of the contract signing, that's what we're looking at. So I want to go over the details there. That is new-ish, okay? That's when this today or yesterday is technically the first day that we heard about it, okay? Also, I want to reiterate some stuff that no one really knows about and no one is paying attention to, yet they should be, that is likely to increase the stock price from here, and especially long-term in the aggregate. And we're going to talk about the DCF model by Positive Ad right here, this legend right here. I mean, I guess, okay, I don't really know this person, but he did a fairly good job on the calculations here, so I want to go a little bit over that, along with the technical analysis, of course, and the squeeze chances, my portfolio. All right, we're going to go over all that and more. Use the timestamps in the YouTube chapters to skip to whatever information you need more. Let's do this. Up 2.5% on the day, right? So you're looking at almost 20% of the free float currently sold short, not yet covered. That's the short interest, right? And I want to stress the importance between short volume, short interest. So short volume is just the amount of short shares that have been traded. The short interest is actually the amount of short shares that are sold short, not yet covered, right? The amount of short shares that are out there that have been lent out from the brokers and the market makers, and not necessarily, I mean, the people who, the brokers, they're lent out to the actual bearers, and they are now applying selling pressure on the stock once they've been lent out, and those are shares being sold short, right? And you're looking at 51.23 million shares that have been lent out and sold short. So this is what we're looking at. And why, Brandon, what does this mean? Is there something different you're going to say today? I'm just going to keep it short and sweet for you and say that if the price goes up and if high growth does well, let's say we hit $9 again, and $9.12, right? We did earlier, right? $10 even, okay? I guarantee you there's a very firm and very realistic chance that this thing starts to squeeze. And you'll know when it squeezes because I'll be streaming it and I'll be falling out of my chair. I'm sure it'll be a good time. But you will know because these guys will start covering and we will start seeing sporadic movements in the price freaking spiking. All right? That's as simple as it gets. Now, the short share availability. This is literally 0. And what this means, essentially, is that the demand for short shares is extremely high. Now, this coincides perfectly. You got to be careful about what you take from this, what you believe, because Ortex data, they're going to get their information from about 85% of exchanges, apparently. Now, Fintel, on the other hand, I don't trust these guys that much because their information is a little bit more off in my experience. Also, they don't get their information from as many exchanges as Ortex does, to my understanding. But the short share availability, nonetheless, 0. What does this mean? It means that all the short shares that were out there available to lend from the brokers that Fintel is tracking, all of the short shares that they're able to lend, they've already been lent out. That's why there's no more available. That's what the short share availability is. How many short shares do they have available to lend out? It's literally 0. And what this means is that the shorts literally did everything in their power to send us lower today. They literally shorted the highest amount of shares that they could legally do. Now, is there naked shorting, short ladder, synthetic shares? The FTDs, right? This kind of stuff is stuff that we don't know about, right? I wish we knew about it. Okay, if there was, there'd be lawsuits happening, most likely, in my opinion, but we'll see. Okay, and the short borrow fee rate, essentially, you're looking at no answer. Now, Ortex has about 25%, and I know this you may not really be following me here, but stay with me, okay? Because this stuff is bullish. Zero short shares, it just means that the shorts are out of firepower. They've already shorted the max amount of shares, and they're increasing the borrow fee rate. We've seen that double. Today, it's no answer because it probably increased a lot because the manipulators maybe, okay, that's a little bit speculative. We can talk about that later more in the stream sometime. But basically, according to Ortex, the cost to borrow average, it's increasing. What I'm trying to tell you, if you haven't caught on by this point, is that it's getting less likely that these shorts are going to be profitable. And it's getting more likely that they're going to cover because they're already down. It already costs way more, and it's way harder to be profitable based on the cost to borrow average from Ortex and the short borrow fee rate doubling from the 24th to the 25th. And now we're getting a no answer. If we're going to be honest here, between you and me, I wouldn't be surprised if this number, if they actually gave us the data here, is like 10, 15, even 20%, right? The cost to borrow average from Ortex data is looking at 25% right now. That's as simple as it gets, my friends. Now, to sum that all up, right, what does this mean? I'll just say this, okay? We could easily dump, and we could easily get screwed, and the shorts and manipulators could win. But if they don't, it's going to get parabolic, in my opinion. At some point, most likely. I mean, I guess technically they could cover slowly, and the squeeze could kind of just evaporate, but it's very unlikely given that they're already close. They're already, a lot of them were already not too far away from a margin call. This doctor is going to be presenting cancer research on June 30th, right? So that's June 30th. That's this week. Then you got June 29th. That's the FSHD one. That's tomorrow. And then we've got the BGCI July 2nd to 4th. So 3 presentations that we're going to be having going on this week. You love to see it. It's more academic praise. It's great to see. Now, the new official PR today. So we were added to this U.S. Small Cap Russell 2000 Index, right? And you did know that we were going to be added to the Russell 2000 because the Russell 3000, all that is all the Russell 2000 is the 2,000 smallest companies in the Russell 3000. So it's like once you're added in the 3000, well, you got to be added to the Russell 2000, right? Because technically we could have been added to the Russell 1000, but if you know the market cap of Bionano, that's not going to have, we're only 2 billion, right? There's companies that have 100 billion in there. So anyways, this is good to see, and I want to read a little bit of this quote real quick, okay? So we are pleased to see that Bionano has been added, yada yada, nothing really big here. Okay, Bionano share performance is now included in the leading benchmark for institutional investors. Inclusion in the Russell Indices enhances the visibility of our company as we continue to grow the installed base of Saphyr, or Q2 earnings alluding, right, and continue to grow the installed base. Okay, yeah, of course, it doesn't mean we're going to beat Q2, it just, I think we are. Anyways, build the next great genomics company. We believe this milestone is a reflection of the growing awareness of OGM, the significant progress our business is making towards OGM being part of routine use in genome analysis. If that happened, okay, billions in profit yearly. I'm serious. That's by discounted cash flow models from people other than me, including an analyst. Okay, cytogenomics and another step forward in expanding awareness of Bionano among institutional investors. You love to see it. You love to see it. So it's not huge. We already knew about this, but it's good to see. Okay, so now this is from Cisco Trader, a good source of information. Sold the unit to Oslo University Hospital in Norway, right? Further providing proof. And if you just read it right here, I wish the link that he sent here actually worked. I would love that. If Cisco Trader, if you're watching, please send me a link on the Discord or email. Would love to actually see the legit source because this is big news and this is a Q2 Saphyr sale, right? If you look right here, if you just zoom in here, right? Date of contract award decision is going to be the 5th of April, 2021. So that's as simple as it gets. We love to see stuff like that. That's good, and I'm going to talk about more of that on the streams. Just ask me, and I can go more into detail about why that's so good and the wording of their actual Saphyr description and why they needed it. Also, the bioinformatics scientists and the DCF model. I'm actually going to go over this stuff after the technical analysis. We're going to do a quick technical analysis today, starting with the price action. Once we broke out of this descending wedge here, we've been sort of on the way to hit the 873 price target, and that's what I said. We got fairly close today. We hit 819. And that's, that's pretty damn good for the first day after we set the price target. Now, is this going to happen or not? Okay, there's plenty of contingencies. I said yesterday, there's plenty of contingencies for this. But if the markets give us a chance, yeah, I think we're on the way to hit the 874 price target. That's as simple as it gets. Now, if we look at some indicators here, you are a little bit overbought on the stochastic indicator on the 4-hourly, right? The last time you were overbought, you were at basically $9 a share. And that was a sell signal. But if you look before that, right, if we zoom in right here, look at where the price was. All in this range, you were overbought. You were overbought twice, right? You overbought twice, and those were both sell signals when they should have been really, you should have been buying at $5 a share, okay? That's a 30% run-up that you're missing out on if you're selling right there. You kidding me? That's a horrible signal. So there's plenty of possibility, but yes, this is slightly bearish technically, but if you just look at the past, it can go either way. I want to pair this with other indicators, which is what technical analysis is all about. Daily, you're in bullish territory. You're in buy signal territory in the daily. And the weekly, you're still in bullish territory, but you're not necessarily in buying territory anymore, right? Remember, I've been talking about this one for weeks, and I've been talking about how you still have a buy signal and you're still very close to being oversold. We are now closer to being overbought, but by no means does that mean you should sell. You were closer to being overbought at $5 a share, and you went up to you 2x that, and then you could have sold, right? So take it for what it is, but that is what we're looking at there. On the daily 21 SMA, I like that we bounced off of it. I love it. On the Supertrend and SAR, you're still bearish territory on the SAR. That's just because we got the flip fairly recently. But on the 4-hourly, on the Supertrend on the daily, you're freaking beauty. It's freaking beauty on the 4-hour on the daily Supertrend. Same thing with the Supertrend and the SAR on the 4-hourly. It's bullish territory. I'm not going to waste your time with all of the indicators today, but the A74 is the price target, and I like the setup. It's in bullish territory. High growth gives us a chance. I think we're going up. I think we're definitely going up the rest of the week, but there's contingencies, so do your own damn research. The BNGO DCF model with this person's assumptions. Basically, I can do a full video on this, but I just wanted to say that that every single DCF model that you essentially get to. Now, this one is a little bit weird because it's only projecting profitability in 2026, which that would maybe not be the best for us, but still, it's profitability, and it's still 10 years from now, you're still going to be, guaranteed 10x, guaranteed, even 20x, okay? A $2 billion in profit in 2030, you kidding me? That's more like a 50x, okay, if not higher than that. All right, but make your own decisions. And I just wanted to make this point that it doesn't matter. I don't know if this guy knows what he's doing. I read this very briefly on my phone. I didn't even really look at all the charts and all his reasoning here and analyze it yet, but I just wanted to say that every analyst and retail investor, Ragnaros, this guy, any other DCF model that you'll find, I challenge you to find one that doesn't have very, very promising numbers in years to come. Okay, so a decade from now, what is Bionano going to be making? They're going to be making a lot of money. That's what everyone thinks, and it's the consensus. Now, everyone says it's so speculative. Well, if they're making Saphyrs, if their compound annual growth rate is anything near 65%, it doesn't matter what happens short term with the markets. This company will be making billions in profit in 10 years, and the stock price will go way higher than what we're at right now. That's as simple as it gets. The bioinformatics scientists, I recommend you check out the nanonozzle video. This one right here, it's not actually the nanonozzle video. The video that had the $100 price target for Bionano, this one right here. It's on the must-know BNGO information. This one you have to watch. You have to watch this because this explains why the nanonozzle, and use the timestamps to go to the nanonozzle section. If you haven't watched that, I recommend you, if you do one piece of due diligence, watch that and understand why the hell the hirings is so damn bullish for the nanonozzle and the patent and the quote by the actual CEO. Now, I also want to look at my portfolio. This is the portfolio showcase. There's my entire history with this account. You can see we're making more percentages, not to brag. I don't do this in any way to brag, okay? I'm sure many of you are making way more than I am. All right, but if you ever get any shit from bears, if you ever get any shit from anyone who's bearish on BNGO, ask them what their long-term percentage is. Also, if you ever are watching another video on YouTube and the YouTuber doesn't show their portfolio, realize that's something to maybe be concerned about, because if they don't show you their portfolio like I am doing, and I don't do this to be arrogant, I just do this because it's the truth. If they don't show you their portfolio, how do you know they're telling the truth about them being bullish or bearish on whatever? Okay, you don't, and there's no reason why these people don't. So I wanted to tell you that. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all so much. This is not financial advice. I will see you in the next one.